Hello everyone, thank you for stopping on my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how we can schedule a task in Windows based on a specific event. So let's do it. I'm here on Windows Task Scheduler, and here I'm going to click on create task, and here let's say I'm going to name it event based task, and we can pass some descriptions here. We are going to configure this form for Windows 10, and here everything looks good. I'm going to go to the trigger, and we are going to trigger this task as I mentioned before based on a specific event. So I'm going to um, begin the task when specific event is occurred. So now where we can find events, so for that we have the event viewer. I'm going to open that up. So here in the event viewer we can find different events. So we have different options here. I'm going to go to logs, and here you can see the application events, security, setup, system, and different type of events. So I'm going to go to the security, and here you can see we have different event IDs, sources, date and time, and then we have the task category. So what I'm going to do is, let's say I'm going to trigger a task based on this event with ID 5379. So for more information I'm going to double click on that, and here we can see the details of that. You can see here, if I want to trigger event on this event, when this event is occurred, a specific task is going to be triggered or executed. So here we have the log name, security, and then we have the source, which is Microsoft Windows Security Auditing. And if I come back here, I'm going to choose security. So I'm going to scroll down, I'm going to choose security, and then from here I'm going to choose the Microsoft Windows Security Auditing, and the event ID as we saw over there is 5379. So I'm gonna click on OK, and here in the action, let's say I'm going to just open up the PowerShell window, nothing else, just to demonstrate, and click on OK. Then we have condition. I'm going to uncheck the SE power supply, and like I'm not connected to SE power supply right now. And then we have other settings. Let's uncheck these, and I think we are good to go. So I'm gonna click on, let's see, click on OK. Now whenever that event is triggered, whenever that event is like fired, this task is going to be triggered or executed. So now how do we trigger that? Well, as we saw in the event viewer, that task was triggered like quite often, like very recently. So I'm going to just interact with my computer. Let's say I'm going to search for event viewer, and as you can see in the background, that event is fired and the PowerShell window is opened. So I'm going to close that off, this one, and let's say I'm going to try again. Let's say I'm searching for event viewer, and you can see automatically it's going to fire that event, and the task is like the task that we bind to that event is triggered and executed. So the PowerShell window is open. Now we just open the PowerShell window. We can you can do anything. We can like schedule anything, any task we want. I'm going to close that again. Now how do we like automate that process? So I'm going to come here. Now if you want, like if we have other systems, we want to like distribute this task, we like tested the task is working on this system. Now let's say we want to distribute this to other system. One way to do that is like to import this. I'm going to go to, let's say, let's call it event based task, and save it with the XML. Wait, not imported, exported actually. So like we can import as well as export, but I'm going to export because we already created the task. And I'm gonna go to this PowerShell window, and we don't need this for now. We already have that. Let's create up another PowerShell file. Let's say event underscore based underscore task .ps1. Now as we can see in the ideal state task, we need the XML, we need the user who is going to create their task, and we just need to register that. So I'm going to create the string count string syntax, and I'm going to like paste every line of that XML file. And I'm going to remove the user ID because it's going to automatically pick off the administrator. And here everything looks good. We have to pass the author instead of like this user. I'm going to pass the $user variable which we declared above, hostname and username, which is to automatically pick up that user. And then we have to register that task. So register scheduled task, and we have to pass the XML parameter because we have the task as an XML. And then we have the dash task name, let's say event based task. We can like create a variable for that as well, but for now this is going to work for us. So I'm going to save this file. Let's open up the PowerShell as administrator, and also I'm going to close this PowerShell window as well as delete this task from the event viewer task scheduler. So delete from here. Now what I'm going to do is go to that directly /cd/yt/ps1 and here we have that files. So event based task.ps1, so event based task.ps1, and we have scheduled that task. We can like check that from here as well, get scheduled tasks. And if I scroll to the top, you can see here event based task is the first task that we just registered. And if we come here to the task scheduler, we can find that task right here. Now if I double click on that, it's going to be the same thing. So now let's see if this is going to be get triggered. So now if I search for event in the search box, and you can see in the background of PowerShell window pop up, which means the task works. So that's how you can distribute this task to like other systems via PowerShell script. You just need to execute the PowerShell in that system, and it's going to be automatically configured for you. So that's how we can trigger a task based on a specific event. Now in the event viewer, you will find different events, custom events, and a lot of different options, different sources. System, just like we saw, system, security, applications, and all of those. So you can schedule a task based on any event, and this is the basic procedure. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.